award-winning show from the Josie Awards in Nashville, Tennessee. That's right, the Grand Ole Opry won last year for the best media show in the year. We are here in 2024. I hope you guys are having a great day. Back today, beautiful day. Check the website, TonyOcean.com, and give us a call at 847-769-829. Book a show. Guys, remember that every show is dedicated to the first responders, but it's dedicated and take the time and watch the show. Whether you're watching it on the Tony Ocean Show Facebook page, whether you're watching it on our page, LinkedIn, we're on X, which is formerly Twitter, we're on YouTube, and we're on the Ocean's Pit Facebook page. 5 different ways to watch the show every day at 12 o'clock. I want just to start off by apologizing to my buddy John Vincent, great singer in Chicagoland area. He's supposed to be on the show yesterday, but we had a little problem technical-wise with our power. Everything seems to be doing good today, and we got a great show lined up for you today. First, it's Friday, January 5th, our last night before we take off on our cruise, but we're going to get to that real quick. Our guest today would be my good buddy Andy John, of course, general manager from the beautiful Chicago Prime Italian. Great restaurant. Andy John has got many hats, politics, actor, and he's a great guy. We've done a show before. It's nice to have him back. We'll bring it on in a couple of minutes. Guys, I want to thank everybody who showed up last night to Zaza's in Lake Barrington. What a great turnout that was. Cousin Tommy, it was great to see you and my buddy Sal. Jerry James did a great job, and it was great to see my good friend Tony Callahan. I've seen her in a while, and my good friend Nicole Zale. Of course, it's been a long time since, Nicole, since your father passed away. Michael used to own docks in Wakanda. We used to have some good times there. All right, guys, tonight, last show in Chicago for at least 10 days. We'll be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse. That's right. Retro Friday, 8 o'clock tonight with Double T, Tony Toto. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys come on out. We're going to have some fun. Let's get right to our sponsors, folks, because without our sponsors, things don't happen. So let's get to the number one, boys. Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Norwich Displays, Evergreen Park, Warrenville, and now in Mesa, Arizona. U-Haul Rentals at the Norwich Ace Displays, and now the Warrenville one, as well as Displays. They have a huge, large fleet of trucks, best prices in town, 3 easy ways to make reservations. Call the store, walk in, visit the U-Haul desk, or go to uhaul.com. Choose one of your Ace stores as your location to make a reservation. They're all here to help your moving needs, personal business, small loads. They have it all covered. And let's not forget, folks, take advantage of their auto key programming at all the stores. They program in car cut keys at 50% less off than a dealership. Visit their helpful hub to speak to a certified member. That's Ace is the place. Buy a local, shop local. Ace has been helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. That's right, folks. Our good friends from Ace. And guys, you know what we're going to talk about? Businesses, entertainers, public relations. It's very important. Bill Gates once said, don't care for Bill Gates' political views, but he is a man that's worth $100 billion. And he said if he has his last dime to spend, it would be on public relations. That's why you got to go to my good buddy Bernie DeMayo and DeMayo Partners. He's been my publicist for many years. He works with Michael Jordan and Chicago Bulls. He works with the White Sox. He works with Phil Stefani Group. He's with Popeye's Chicken and many, many more. Won many awards, TV, television, radio. I've got it all because of my good buddy Bernie DeMayo. Go to berniedemayo.com or give Bernie a call at 312-217-5658. That's Bernie DeMayo. And let's get right to my good friend Mary Grievous, folks. If you're looking for real estate fun, and a lady that knows how to do it, that's Mary. You're buying or selling in the Chicagoland area, Mary Grievous, the perfect real estate professional. Whether you're putting your home on the market or looking for your dream home, give her a call today. She's here to help you available to assist buyers, sellers, for sale by owners, and expired listings. Mary Grievous, Berkshire Hathaway Stark Real Estate. That's mgrievous at starkre.com, or give Mary a call at 630-688-1725. Say hello to Mary. She will take care of all your needs. That's what we love about this show, folks. We promote local, buy local, shop local, mom and pop restaurants. That's where you want to go, folks. Let's get another sponsor before we bring AJ, because I don't want to interrupt him when we're doing our show. So let's get right to Deutz Power Center, servicing the construction and diesel industry in Chicago for the last 100 years. That's Deutz Power Center. 100. My buddy Sal at 224-276-6550. And let's not forget Don Esteban Cigars out of Tarpon Springs, Florida. Hand rolled. Ask for the Tony Ocean special. Sends them right to your house, baby. Give him a call. He's in Tarpon Springs, Florida. That's Don Esteban Cigars, 727-366-5736. And last but not least, Trico Hair Experts, recreating great hair days from Rosemont, Illinois. Carmela and Anthony, 773-999-7888. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. And it's 12 o'clock on a beautiful lunchtime, folks, here on Friday, January 5th. What's today? What do we say?
I will be the greatest president that God ever created.
That's right, my good buddy Donald. Absolutely, folks. Hey, we're having a good time. Let's Emo from Florida. Patrice, former Chicago Honey Bear. Hello, my dear. Great seeing you. Rosemary. Lenny Rago's in the house. Panini's Pizzas, baby. It's going to be in Park Ridge, and he's going to be with Seventh Heaven, of course, on the cruise. We're leaving tomorrow. We're going to have a lot of fun. Peter Prado, how you doing, buddy? Rosemary. Robert, the General Provenzano. Happy birthday, my friend. Kathy Cuniff, Nashville, Tennessee is in the house. Hello, my good friend Ronnie B. Elvis. Congratulations, Ronnie, you and Deborah with your song nominated the Holland Music Charts. Good for you, my brother. Keep doing what you're doing. Important. Buddy, how you doing, Polly? Ryan Lewis, we'll see you on the cruise. James Harvey, welcome to Ocean's Pit. Michael, my good buddy Michael, let's not forget Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair. For all your collision auto repair needs, go to crashchampions.com. And don't forget my good buddy Danny Mazzi from Armando Supermarkets. Buy local, shop local. 25 Liberty Street. Merry Grievous, there he is. Danny Ramonde. Looking forward to seeing you Saturday. Michelangelo, looking good, brother. Hope you guys are doing well. All right, guys. We got Angie John coming on in a few minutes. Albert Pina, how you guys doing? Double T. Guys, it's been here. It's finally here. Tomorrow morning, we leave for the Chicago Music Cruise. And guys, 5,000 people. It is sold out, baby. It's going to be great. 7-night Eastern Caribbean cruise, Royal Caribbean's Wonder of the Seas. Tony Ocean and the whole main event band, my other band, Mojo's Jukebox, and the ringleaders themselves, the one and only Seventh Heaven. All of us on a whole 1 week on a ship. It's going to be great. Now, we take off tomorrow morning. We land. And then, of course, we go into the beautiful hotel where everybody's staying, and the shuttle takes us to the ship. It's going to take off Orlando, Florida. Then we're going to Coco Key. We're going to Puerto Rico, and then, of course, St. Martin. Any last minute, this is the day to do it. Don't call Mary tomorrow morning. This is it. Go to ntdvacations.com. Ask for Mary. Get it done. She will help you with all your needs. John Leonardi, how you doing? Vice President of the Italian Association. How you doing, buddy? Richard Hamlin, bon voyage to you. Carol, how you doing, my good friend? I hope you're well. All right. Don't forget now, when we come back, now we'll be doing only 2 shows on the ship. We're doing Monday, Ocean's Pit at 12 o'clock, Florida time, and then Friday on the ship. And my guest, of course, will have everybody on the cruise, Seventh Heaven guys, Mary, my co-host, of course, my lovely wife, Laura, will be with me 2 days. But then we're playing, guys, if you're coming on the ship, we're doing Monday, 8 to 9, Tony Ocean and the band, and then 9 to 10, Mojo's Jukebox, my other band. And then we're also on again on Wednesday. Seventh Heaven kicks off the cruise on Sunday and ends the cruise on Friday. And we're going to be in the music hall right there. And then, of course, Seventh Heaven is in the Royal Theater. So we're going to have a lot of fun, and we can't wait. Because I love Franny, how you doing? Gina, what's up, Mom? Thank you guys so much. For Marie Lewis, welcome. What we like about this cruise, since we're only doing 2 nights, I get to hang with everybody that's coming. And we get to hang, we can relax. I'm just happy about that. Get to mingle and get away a little bit, some downtime. Rogia, what's up, honey? And then don't forget, we're brand new co-host, starting with me every Tuesday. January 16th will be the first show you can see with my good new co-host. It's called, of course, Twisted Tuesdays with my new co-host, Carol Brandolino. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's good. Don't forget Brandolino Encore Music in Shorewood, Illinois. It's a great local music shop. Kids, teaches people lessons for music, sells instruments, and Carol's coming to the table with her radio knowledge, restaurant, years in business, and Carol will be my co-host every Tuesday. And don't forget, my wife will always still be with me on Thursday. Robin, I can't wait to see you. Senator Billy Malarkey is in the house. Lefty, what's up, my brother? All right, good stuff. Let's make sure we got everything taken care of before we bring up our guest here, folks. La la ba ba ba. Hey guys, it's going to snow Tuesday here in Chicago. They're saying 6 to 7, 8 inches maybe. You know, as much as I love snow, I'm going to miss the snow because I love snow. But I don't know. I wish we would have had it at Christmas time. What the hell? Another thing I got to say before I bring up Andy John. Donnie Drama. Donnie Biaggi. I know you're listening, buddy. My buddy from Connecticut. We go back many, many years. Little Italy. When I started one of my first gigs there in Mulberry Street at Puglia's, you seen my good buddy Donnie Biaggi. We became great friends, and he was kind enough to send me for Christmas the box of John Starks signed cigars. John Starks from the greatest basketball team ever, the New York Knickerbockers. Of course, John Starks for 3, putting it over Michael Jordan. Even though the Knicks did not win because Michael and the refs were in the fix. But he's such a great guy. And look what I get this in the mail. Donnie, you are the best, brother. You are just too much. Can't wait to come see you in February in Connecticut. Donnie Drama, Donnie Biaggi. Every time he's on the show, people love it. So we're going to get Donnie on right when we get back. Guys, now, good stuff. You really got to go out. And we don't have that many private shows for the month of January. Not many public shows because the week is gone. But let me tell you what we got coming up. 18th will be at Gigi's new Are We Live in Burr Ridge. We're going back there with Double T on the 18th. Of course, the 19th, every Friday, we're still at Chicago Prime Steakhouse. On the 20th, we'll be at the Hobart Theater in Hobart, Indiana, with the Oceans Rat Pack show. That's the 20th of January. 21st of January, we'll be at Ron Onesti's Club Arcada Speakeasy. January 25th, we're at JC Pub in McCook. And let's now forget our good friend, we'll forget the other part, but my good buddy Rhino Ryan, finally, Bugsy's is open in McHenry. Opening week is the last week of January. I think if I got it right, the Wednesday is Live Pete. The Thursday is Ronnie B. Elvis. The Friday is Mike and Tracy Good Clean Fun. The Saturday, I think, is This End Up, my good friend Stephanie. And we'll be doing Sunday, the 28th of January from Bugsy's Sports Bar in McHenry. My good buddy Rhino, absolutely. There's Carol. How you doing, honey? Are you excited? I'm excited. I'm excited.
Look, I'm really rich.
There you go, folks. So we're going to have some fun. Now, without any further ado, I'm going to bring up a guy he's just as busy as me, if not more. My buddy Andy John's got so much stuff going on, and he's just a machine. There are a lot of guys out there that work and they do a great job and do what they do. But there's other guys out there that are just machines. Richie from Seventh Heaven, my buddy Andy John, a lot of guys, machine. Okay, he does it all. Charity whenever he can. His restaurant, Chicago Prime Italian, is jumping all the time. He's in politics. He's active with Chicago PD or Chicago Fire, I think it was. So, and he's a very intelligent man, and I'm glad to have him on, and a great way to end the week before we take off our cruise with Mr. Andy John. So let's bring him up from Chicago Prime. Andy, you're in the house.
Tony, thank you for having me, man. Wow, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to two, buddy. Yeah, Ron Onesti's like that too. Correct, Carol. Hey, Andy, boy, I'm telling you, man, you are, like I said, a man of many hats. You've got a lot of stuff going on. How are you doing?
Great. Doing great. Thank you very much.
Let's get back. Where were you? Were you born here or were you born in Greece, Andy?
Born in Chicago. Yeah.
Born in
Yeah.
Chicago.
My
You have a big.
parents were born in Greece, and ironically, they met. My dad came to the States by way of Brooklyn, and they met in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. My parents.
Very
Kind of a
cool.
funny story, yeah.
How about
And
that?
my dad's dad and mom's dad were at a Greasy Spoon in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. This is kind of a funny story. Ask my dad to tell you the whole story. It's really funny tonight. And they were playing a card game, and the one guy says, "Hey, how many kids you got?" He says, "I got 4 daughters. I got 3 daughters." And the other guy says, I got a son." And then it was kind of an arranged, friendly arranged thing. And they've been fighting ever since, Tony.
There you go. God bless him. We're talking about your father, George, of course, the man behind Chicago Prime Steakhouse. Andy, Greek language. When you came here, you are here. You were born here, so you're learning the language. Did you, when you were learning the language of Greece and doing what you were doing, you believe that the young kids these days should learn a double language?
I think absolutely. I think language being music, language being actual spoken, written language, absolutely. Different languages are, I think, awesome. We grew up in a household where we had grandma, grandpa in the house. We had 3 generations in one house. That helps, right? But now schools provide that, so it's kind of it's a no-brainer environment. In Western cultures, we don't seem to, push that as much. But you'll see a lot of the neighbors that are out here. They have a lot of 3 generations in one house, and you'll see a lot of ethnic families that have. And we lost that, the old neighborhood style, the old Taylor Street, the old Greek town, the original Greek towns on the north side, right? But we used to have neighborhoods where that was something that was fostered, and now that everything's kind of spread out, you have to make a deliberate effort. Otherwise, it's a little bit difficult. For example, I married a Greek lady, and our kids don't speak fluent Greek. They have to really work at it. Where there's Greek school, we tried to get them to go, but that's something we have to really make an effort to do, and the kids are making an effort.
Well, that's good. And you speak Greek every day, wife, or how does that work? I speak to my mother in Italian every day.
So we only speak Greek when we want to speak in code. Yeah, we speak fluently. Yeah, we grew up in, like, when I speak to mom and dad, I speak to them kind of in Gringlish. We call it Gringlish.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. You know what, man? Chicago Prime Italian. How long has it been there in business?
We just celebrated on New Year's Eve our 10-year anniversary at that location. Yeah.
Congratulations. Yeah. You know what? There's so much stuff. There's so many restaurants, especially in the Schaumburg area. Mm-hmm. Why do you think the Chicago Prime Italian, Chicago Prime Steakhouse, they're always crowded? People always love it. They always go, what makes you guys different? You believe, besides the service is great. When you walk in, it's not dirty. Everybody gives you a perfect, if your drink is empty, that waitress is right there. Boom, can I get you another one? You know what I mean? Why it makes you guys much different, you think, than anybody else?
I think the biggest differentiator is the local family-owned restaurants, taverns, bars. They build community, right? You're a part of the community, and so what the biggest differentiator for us, let's face it, is George Kalkunos, right? When you have George Kalkunos as the mascot for Chicago Prime, a lot of people don't know because it's been a few years. If some people watching remember the old Prime Table restaurant on Algonquin and Meacham Road,
sure,
that was my dad, Bill, and Harry, his 2 partners. Back then, he was a bartender at the Prime Table, and the bartender and his 2 partners purchased the business from the Bovis boys.
Peter Bovis.
That's right. And Mr. Komotos, I believe, had the property with the Bovis guys, and they bought the business. So my dad had the Prime Table, and then the Avalon banquets and the Bristol Court banquets and so forth. So he really started this family in the business. My grandfather, his dad, Andrew, was in the business prior to him. So it's been many of us in the lineage in the restaurant business here, and about 45 years now in the northwest suburbs.
That's just fantastic. If you were to eat Greek somewhere else, not in your kitchen, where would you go? What would you recommend?
Greek food, there's actually a big surge of Greek cuisine. Greek's hot right now. Greek's real hot. And there's the staples are Greek islands. There's some real great ones that have just opened up in Violi and Oak Brook, which is incredible. Real hot, trendy spot. And then Cistaria on the north side by Skokie over there, some really good Greek restaurants. And of course, you're seeing some new stuff popping up. There's another one in Itasca that does a great job. We've been there several times with the family, right there on Irving Park by the railroad, and it's excellent. The name escapes me at the moment, but it's an excellent restaurant. Yeah, Greek's real trendy right now. There's another place called QP on Roselle Road. It's kind of quick serve, fast food drive through. Greek food. It's excellent. Yeah.
I love Greek food myself. You're talking about Andy John from Chicago Prime Italian. A couple of things there. A couple of bars in New York City are thinking about changing the drinking age to 25 because some of the younger generation are just a little out of line. Do you believe in something like that, Andy?
Well, I think right now that's a bad deal. I think not just for business, but I think there's less and less drinkers in the market today than ever before. I think with all these pills that people are gummy bears and whatever the hell people are popping these days, to have a nice glass of wine in a tame environment and have a decent meal, put your phones down, I think you're going to see some good things happen. And you know what? After COVID, you and I experienced some really special moments with families and businesses. People started re-entering the market and having a wonderful experience. And those people that are doing face-to-face dinners are way ahead in the game right now. I'm seeing it. They're doing very well. Forget that we're benefiting from it. When they're in front of each other at breakfast or at lunch or having happy hour, they don't have to have a full-blown meal. Just getting out together and forget this Zoom stuff. We're together, we're pressing flesh, we're hugging each other. People miss the sense of touch. People are dining out earlier today than ever before. There was a great Wall Street Journal article.
You were definitely one of the masterminds when COVID first hit. What were you thinking? What are we going to do? I think Andy was probably the first one that I know of. Andy John, Chicago Prime Italian, says, bam, I'm going to put a tent up in the parking lot. And we're not just talking about a tent that you have when your 8-year-old kid's outside. We're talking about a beautiful tent, and people were in there. They were very safe. It was a thing, man. People were really excited about it. And then everybody jumped on the wagon. I think like towards middle of COVID, you couldn't find a tent anywhere because everybody jumped on that wagon. Did you get any slack from that, Andy, from the village, or any people going, what the hell, can you be open? How can you have entertainment and that stuff?
Well, first of all, credit to you and to all the musicians that really chipped in. And I literally said, I don't got the money to pay you guys. I don't know what to make of this right now. If I'm going broke, we're doing it with style. We put flowers in there. We put uplights. We put AstroTurf. We put heaters in there. We made it look awesome. It was just a gorgeous environment. And then the music just enhanced it, of course. That just made the experience, right? So we had live music. You came out, you said, hell, man, I'll help you out. And then when you came out, and then all these other musicians that followed you and supported all of us, all of the restaurants that you guys took care of, you guys really helped pick us all up. And it really made a difference. We did, I think, very minimal. People needed to be out. We were outside, and it was a safe environment, and we did it the right way. Staff followed protocols. We did things the right way, but you're seeing good things happening. And I'll tell you, that was a great moment for all of us.
I think so too. It really did help. I think it brought everybody together in some sort. It was very important. Andy John from Chicago. Andy, the bar scene, it's dying. Nightlife. You said everybody. Why do you think that is? Is it because the younger generation ain't jumping on the values of the older generation, or what do you think they're doing now?
I really don't know, but you're seeing government overreach happening quite frequently. Oh, I see somebody in the comments. Thank you for correcting me, Kathy. It's Naxos Restaurant, and it's excellent. Naxos is a big restaurant in Texas. Thank you. By the way, this platform, Tony, what you're doing I remember when you first started this. I can't believe how far you've come. I mean, I watched this and I had no,
Buddy, I'm
now
trying. I did it from my phone. I remember you, one of my very first guests, and
it was
it was very,
incredible.
very cool. But we have fun because
Very
it's the
cool.
people that. But thank you, I appreciate that. Um, yeah, so nightlife. I remember when I first started Chicago Prime because I've been there every Friday, and you're gonna laugh that the next Friday I'm there. I think it's the 17th because I'm gone for a week for the cruise. It'll be my sixth year straight of every Friday, which is unheard of in any business. Now, last time I used to do that was Tuscany. I used to do every Wednesday and Thursday, Jilly's Sunday, Mondays, and Tuesdays. But when
Yeah.
George called me in and I met with your father the first time, I just wanted one show a month. He goes, "I give you every Friday." So
Yeah.
and it works. And
Yeah.
but I noticed we used to do 8 to 12. Then it
Yeah.
went to 8 to 11:30, and now it's
Yeah.
8 to 11. And you're
Yeah.
seeing by 10:30, quarter 11, even on a Saturday night.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah, people want to go out earlier. It's just a national trend, right? It's the National Restaurant Association that's saying it. I was referencing earlier, Christian, our bartender at Chicago Prime Italian, gave me an article on July 20th on Wall Street Journal, center page, big piece of real estate, talks about people going out earlier than ever, partly because of people home officing and then wanting to finish their days in a tavern on their laptop and finish their workday with a glass of wine and an appetizer with human interaction because they're home all day. A lot of people that are home officing. And then people are really benefiting from happy hour. I'll tell you, both of our restaurants in the Schaumburg market, Chicago Prime Steakhouse and Chicago Prime Italian, have a great happy hour. It's a fantastic deal. And people love taking advantage of it. And we love it. We got an empty restaurant. All of a sudden, boom, 3 to 5, 3 to 6, whatever times the happy hours run are fantastic. People are enjoying it. And it's an affordable thing for our locals, right? You got the corporate travelers that are hitting the credit cards. Let them spend all that big money impressing their clients. But the local families that want to go out during the week, or local business and single people and whatever, they want to come out and have an appetizer and a glass of wine. They're comfortable, and it's something that's approachable, right?
so you're seeing wine definitely sells more than hard liquor and beer.
Oh no, everything's moving right now. You're seeing a lot of brown spirits moving, a lot more than ever before. You're seeing the whiskeys and the bourbons and all that good stuff. The cognacs, they're moving like crazy. So it's a hot market, definitely.
That's
Things are moving, but
fantastic.
people aren't
Now
drinking
let's
like
get
they
into
used to.
something I know. No, of course. Well, you know what? You figure they would more now because Uber took over. Before we didn't have Uber. It was like,
Yeah.
and now, man, it's simply. But the problem is, I think Uber is good in one way, but Uber is also bad.
You know what? You know what? Something that's you're freezing up on me. Are you with me? You're with me?
I can have two or three more because Uber is back. Yeah, you are back. Can
Yeah.
you hear me?
I'm with you. Yeah. So
Okay.
what else is happening is people are they're scaling back so that they don't have to worry about driving intoxicated or getting in trouble. They're getting those specialty cocktails, and right now we've leveled up, right? So a lot of people from the city that don't feel safe in the city of Chicago or urban markets around the country, they're coming out to the suburbs, and the suburban restaurant market, especially the family-owned ones that are leveling up like we have. Our cocktail menu has never been as diverse and dynamic as it is today. And a lot of it goes credit to Alex Honager, one of our good buddies who came in and consulted and helped us elevate our spirits program. So what we're doing now is we're doing more specialty cocktails. So instead of having 3, 4, 5 drinks, people are having 2 drinks, and that's it. And so, and that's enough. And so the revenue's still there. They're not going through this crazy consumption. And so consumption might be down, but the quality is up, right? So I think it's leveling off, but people are enjoying it. People that are going out are having a good time.
I think, and that's what they want to do. But sometimes back in the day, you'd go and you'd some of your regulars would go in, and always the bartender would give it more and a little extra pour because it was one of your extra guys there.
We're
drinks
known
could
for
be like 4. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great thing, right?
Hey, yeah, that's a local thing. Yeah,
you guys, Chicago Prime Steakhouse and Chicago Prime Italian. I can say for a lot of restaurants too, as well, the ones that I work at. But I see them even when I'm waiting and whatever, I'm watching other people. and most of the restaurants I perform at, which are fantastic, but they know the person's drink.
Yeah,
When you
it's
walk in,
huge.
it's like when you go to the cleaners. I don't know how these Oriental ladies they know who you are when you walk in the door, and they know where your
They
shit
know your
is.
phone number. They know Calcunos 2049.
Yeah,
Yeah.
225. You got the Lubbock Ocean. I mean, it's like, what
Yeah.
the hell?
They know the whole
No.
name. They know the whole family. They know the phone numbers. They're amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, which is very, very cool. Now, I know something we're not supposed to talk about. When you have customers, now this political crazy shit that's been going on since 2020, we've had many, many conversations about that. And you're not supposed to talk about politics. You're not supposed to talk about religion. Here's something I never understood. Why? Why? We argue about the Cubs and the White Sox. We argue about Lincoln and a Cadillac. Why do you think, Andy, this is happening? It's like you can't talk about it. It doesn't make any is it here's the thing that I'm trying to say. Is it because of one guy? Is it because of Donald Trump you think that you can't talk politics? Or was it something because was this really important years ago? Or am I just thinking out of my head?
No, no. I think if proper etiquette dictates that you don't talk personal finance, religion, and so forth with people that you're not family and so forth with. However, when you have polarizing figures, whoever they are, whether it's people that are excitable or whatnot on any side of the aisle, that brings out some emotion, right? And I will tell you, people are charged. People
Ooh,
are charged. We all are. We all are. I get charged up, and that's human. I'll tell you, some of that's good. People need to wake up and get involved and realize what's happening, and then eventually the pendulum will swing back to the middle and we'll level off and go, what the hell are we all worked up for? Once we realize there's not much that separates us, and there's not much that we should be stressed out about. When I have a moment of quiet, I realize, what the hell am I worked up about? My dad tells me all the time, you're going to have a heart attack. What do you get excited about? My dad
yeah,
is so chill.
yeah.
What are you
I don't
worked
know
up
how he
about?
does it, man.
And
He's
I'm
like,
so
yeah,
focused when I'm working. He's like, what? He's doing all this stuff with a Motorola flip phone. And I'm like, I got two phones, a laptop, and all this stuff that's supposed to like do this technology. And he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. I think I got it all figured out. He's like, you don't know what the hell you're doing. It's amazing. So I got to tell you, I don't know that anyone knows what's happening, but we're
no,
trying to do the best we can. Yeah.
yeah, and the problem is when you're watching news media, you're watching daytime talk shows, you're watching late night talk shows. It always seems like since the last election, it's all one sided. It's almost like I think back in the day when the newscasters used to talk, they would talk about maybe what they feel and what they believe. I feel
Yeah.
now that these people talk what their CEOs tell them to talk to.
Oh, there's no doubt. Yeah, they're pushing stories now. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
story out there, and people are pushing stories. Yeah, that's not my problem. Give me a beer, give me a buck. I don't give a damn.
I
You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you mingled in politics. Are you still involved in something that you do?
Yeah, public service. Politics. The word politician.
Hold on. Hey, Andy John from Chicago Prime Steak. Andy, are you there?
Yeah, you copy here. How are we doing?
All right, you're breaking in. Let's see. Say a few words. See if we can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you now. Weren't you involved in some sort of politics? And yeah, pretty good. Can you hear me now? Okay, we're having some tech. You're both good. All right, Peter. Life is too short. You can agree to disagree in midpoint. It was a bar when we sat down at Prime Table. You had chocolate and coffee martinis. Very good, Michael. All right, we're both good. Andy, you were involved in some politics, weren't you? Andy is frozen right now, ladies and gentlemen. We are watching. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Guest here is Andy John from Chicago Prime Italian in Schaumburg. We just lost Andy John, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so hopefully we'll bring him back on. In the meantime, folks, Andy John was our guest here, and we're just losing him. But let's see if we can bring him back on again.
I'm back.
There he is. Andy, how you doing, sir?
Doing great.
Okay, there you. No, they're gone again. All right, hold on. Let me see if we can get you back. Andy John, are you in?
I'm back. You got me?
All right, there you go. Andy, you were involved in some politics, weren't you, in your town?
Yeah, I'm still
You
serving
again,
on.
brother. We're losing here. We're losing. Yeah, you keep cutting in and out, brother.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening. Can you hear me? Oh boy. How's this? How's this working? How's this
Yeah.
working?
Okay, we're just trying to get. Let's see. Once we get you going,
All right.
I can hear you. Yeah, just keep talking.
So, yeah, I'm still involved at Palatine Township. I serve in a public elected capacity as a Palatine Township supervisor. It's a social services role that does stuff like food pantry, real important stuff right now, transportation for disabled and elderly, general assistance for those who are downtrodden that are having a hard time paying their electric bill and so forth. There's a lot of work the townships do in the state of Illinois that if people that are struggling, you can call your township and get them some support. Townships do a lot of work, and different townships have different services. All of them do assessor, road district, and general assistance. But I'll say Palatine Township probably is one of the townships in Illinois that provides the most services in the state of Illinois for township government. So I appreciate you asking about it. But it's not politics. Politics is when you run for
Yeah,
office, and that's kind of a lame
sure.
process, in my opinion. But it's
Yeah.
public service. It's my way of giving back, and it's an
Oh,
elected role, and it's a part-time gig, and it pays very little, but it does have a compensation. But it basically you give back more than you get compensated. It's a very fulfilling role.
well, it's glad that you're doing that. That's successful. How about another little thing that you're smirking around with? A little acting. Are you going back to Chicago Fire? Maybe is
You know
that going
what?
to happen in the near
Yeah,
future?
I had recently, there's been some activity now that the strike's over. There was a strike for obviously several months.
Yes,
I think it was
sure.
8, 9 months, I remember. And now that they relieved the strike, they auditioned me for Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, and Chicago Med, and I struck out on all three of them. But I have a feeling we're going to get a couple of more looks before the shows die out. But I played Lieutenant Colanino on Chicago Fire for 2 seasons, 4 episodes, and I played an engine lieutenant, and I was one of the annoying basketball dads, and as it turns out, that's more accurate than not,
Yeah.
as some of our local families might already know.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, you were very, very cool in that, man. I loved it. Guy Fieri, he's a chef. You hear about him all the time.
Yeah.
Now, when you get people that come into your restaurant, AJ, sometimes are a little like, what would you do? Let's just say OJ Simpson walks into your restaurant.
He was just here a couple months ago.
You're going to serve him, right?
He was just here a couple months ago, OJ Simpson.
Yeah, because I know that. But I'm just saying, like here, like Guy Fieri told, his New York restaurants that he has, he kicked out Whoopi Goldberg. He said, you're not wanted here. You're not welcome in my restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, you know what? That's not George's philosophy. That's not our philosophy. Can you hear me, Tony? You there?
We're frozen again. Andy,
Yeah, you there? Can you hear me, buddy? You there? You with me, Tony? You with me, buddy? Is this better?
you're back.
All right. I'm going to go to the dining room and see if this changes things. Anyway, so I wouldn't, it's not our philosophy to do that, to take a position on something that we don't know. I'll tell you what, we love and hate everyone equally. We say that a lot, kind of jokingly. If you're good people, you treat people with respect, we're good to you.
Yeah.
If you're not so nice, especially to our staff, If you're nice to our staff, we love you. We treat you nice. If you're not so nice to the staff, we're human. We're going to be honest with you, and we're authentic people. We're going to be straight. So we don't turn people away that we don't know.
That's what it's supposed about. People Magazine. Absolutely. People Magazine, Susie Orman, you know her, she's a financial guru, 72 years old. She says, going out to dinner at restaurants is a waste of money. People should not be doing it, should be eating at home. I mean, ways when they go out to dinner with the family and gives them some free time, some release time, you know, so you don't have to cook at home and you can and have some fun with your friends. And right, I don't get this when some of these people come up with these things.
Yeah, well, that's an outlier type of comment. People that say stuff like that, I think it's important.
And maybe I'm
who doesn't love a home? It looks like you might be freezing, but who doesn't love a home cooked meal? I mean, we all do, but there's a place and a time for that, and there's a place and a time to be served, and to be treated well, and to be pampered. And Chicago Prime Italian, Chicago Prime Steakhouse here in Schaumburg. We also have the 5 o'clock Steakhouse where my brother Stelio operates up in Milwaukee. Top 10 steakhouse in the country. We pamper you. That's our job. That's what we do. We enjoy it. We're good at it.
Yeah.
We have a clean kitchen. We have a well-trained staff. Our staff is incredible. We've never operated at this level.
And that's in the 5 o'clock Steakhouse is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, correct?
Yeah, it's an old school
absolutely.
Wisconsin supper club.
It's all good now. Okay, Tony Deanna said it's good now. Andy, John, all right. Do you think, Andy, I know you got to go. You're a busy guy. I'm going to leave you one more question. I got 2 more questions, actually. One more. Do you think smoking hurt the restaurant business or
it
helped?
Did 20% drop. Immediately 20% drop. Immediately. As soon as they did a smoking ban, it was a 20% drop when smoking happened. And so, yeah, for sure.
And see that, there you go. Now, there was a show called Inside the Actor Studio, and James Lipton on A&E used to interview all actors. And at the end of it, they would ask them these questions. So this is how we're going to do with these couple of 10 questions, and give me a quick answer. Hey, Andy, John, what is your favorite word? What's your favorite word?
Jagoff.
There you go. What's your least favorite word?
I don't know that I have one.
What turns you on creatively, spiritually? What turns you on?
I think collaboration, problem solving. I mean, when you work with others, that you're focused on a problem and you are really focused. I think I get a charge out of that. I can't home office. I tried that before. When you collaborate with people, that's why we're good at this business. You work with other people as a team, and you can really you can hammer something down. It's kind of cool. It's kind of neat.
What turns you off?
I think the things that when you see people take credit, for other people's work, I think the things that turn us all off, right? I mean, you're so gracious, Tony. When I see you give credit all the time to other musicians, to all the things that you do so graciously, I love that. It's so great. And I see you doing it all the time. All my life, I've watched you do it. And I said, boy, that's so cool. I want to be like that. I remember so many great examples. When people don't do that, that's kind of, my dad, look at what I did tonight. I see my dad. He's the first one that comes to mind. Why are we successful? Well, you got George Kalkunos. That's the answer. That's why we're successful.
Everybody needs a George. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's your favorite curse word?
It really is. Well, I'll give you another answer. It's the Greek curse word, malaka.
There you go. What sound of noise do you love?
My daughter just celebrated her 13th birthday. And when you hear the laughter of my little girl, our children giggling and laughing and screeching, and just, it's awesome. It's the coolest thing to hear. little kids. I mean, I remember yesterday she was just a little thing, and she would just run down the hallway with her little feet and bare feet. And I remember that like yesterday. It was awesome.
That's a great sound. What noise do you hate?
I hate clicking the batch at the end of the night, because I used to watch my dad at the end of the night when I was a busboy at the prime table. He used to count cash, and it was like, and he would count cash, and it would be like an hour of cash. And now I go click, and it drives me nuts. It's just like,
It drives you crazy. Andy John, what profession other than yours would you love to attempt?
I think I'm living it, right? I think I'm not afraid to hit the bag and do whatever I want to do. And people all have a couple 4 or 5 hours a day extra, and my 4 or 5 hours a day, just like you, Tony, is I tried a little bit of acting. I've gotten a couple of lucky strikes, and I've done a couple of shows, Proven Innocent and Chicago Fire, and I ran for public service and successfully am serving on the board at Palatine Township. I think that's it. I would do acting. I would do public service. If I could be a fireman in real life, I think that's pretty cool. The people that I know that are in fire and police, I like them a whole bunch, and I think they're pretty cool, and they've been so good to us in the Schaumburg area. The fire people and the police in the Schaumburg market are just pretty cool. They really are.
Those first responders, and what horrible they had to go through in 2020 just because of 1 or 2 bad seeds. It's horrible. Andy John, what profession would you not like to do?
I would not like to be a pilot. I don't want to be confined into a space, stuck to some Momo I don't even know. And I got to talk to this joker for 5, 10, 15 hours flying to Greece. I don't want to talk to this guy.
You got it. And the last question. Yeah, the last question. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear from God when you arrived at the pearly gates?
I want him to reintroduce me to my family and my dog, Buddy. That's all. I just want him to reintroduce me to everyone.
You gotta love that. Andy John from Chicago Prime, actor, man with many hats, always helping charities whenever you can in the neighborhood. Anything you want to promote? Anything going on over there at the Chicago Prime Italian?
Well, look, we're celebrating independent restaurants. We're celebrating family-owned. If you don't make the effort, it ain't going to happen. You're seeing an ocean of chain restaurants in every suburb across the country. If you're not going out, making an effort to say, what's that new place called? I've never been there. That one in Itasca, Naxos. Let's go there. That new place in Rolling Meadows. There's a bunch of new places in Rolling Meadows, guys. Go out there, check them out. Stop over Chicago Prime for happy hour. Check out Tony Ocean. If you're not supporting family owned, it ain't going to stay there, because all these chains just got so much momentum. You got to support family. And Tony, you've been such a champion for Chicago, for music, for family owned, and you've done such a great job developing this channel, this brand, the music community. You've developed other musicians. You're bringing people on stage, and that's really our job, right? You're now an elder in the game. You've been doing this a long time. You're not an old man. You're dangerous as hell, but you're a good boy. And
31 years, but you know what? We have to keep, Andy.
Yeah. So I would say for promotion wise, we have probably the best. I'll turn it over to you. What's the Millionaire Club all about? Tell them about the Millionaire Club for the state.
Yeah, that's something that's fantastic. And Danny Mazzi just mentioned that the Millionaires Club, folks, is something that it's mind-boggling. Yeah, it's mind-boggling to me that none of these restaurants have ever jumped on this Millionaires Club deal. It's probably one of the best deals. It's probably one of the best kept secrets if you're not from the Schaumburg area involved with the Chicago Prime Steak. It is the Millionaires Club. They take, if I'm correct, $50 they take out of your credit card, or now it's also $75, whatever one you want to do, and they match it like $50 or they match it $75 every month. So those points just keep growing and growing, and then you end up just paying like the tax and the tip, and that's food and drinks. I know guys who got like 7,000 points. I mean, it's a. Why do you think, Andy? Why do you think people don't jump on that more often?
I think they are. I think most of the people are. That's like
It's
the
very,
ultimate local
it's just
deal.
mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, I think we've got a lot of members, and I think you've done such a great job every Friday night that you're here. The bar is packed. Everyone signed up. I mean, you've already hit terminal velocity, so it's already maxed out. But I tell you, it's the best program. It's the best. And by the way, another nod to the old man. George thought it up. I'm like, Dad, we got to get this loyalty points thing. We were sitting with a very wealthy person that's a customer that comes in, and he says, "Oh, I gotta leave. It's double points Sundays at Wildfire." And I go, "What?" I looked to my dad. I go, "Dad, this guy could buy Wildfire." And he says, double points Sundays. I go, "Are points that important to people? We got to come up with some point program." And so my dad says, "We're going to do a millionaire club." And in like 2 days, he says, "We're going to do 50 for 50. And that's it." And I'm like, "Well, Dad, who's going to administer this? How are we going to, who's going to manage it?" And we just figured it out. And we don't have a software. They just do it manually. And it's old school, but we're trying to figure out how to systemize it with some more software engineers now. So we're going to make it a little bit easier and smoother, but and then we're going to make it go to both restaurants, but one thing at a time. It's a brilliant program. People love it. And they're taking advantage of it. So if you're not signed up, go to our website, call the restaurant, Chicago Prime Steakhouse, for the Millionaire Club program. It's only good right now at the steakhouse, but it's a no-brainer deal. It's a great deal. And thank you, Tony, for supporting it. It's been great to us.
Always important, guy. I want to thank Andy John for Andy. Thank you for all you do, brother. You know, we've been in with your family for a long time, and they are 100. When you look at a classy organization, they are very classy to the T. And you still got George half the day at night. He's in there with the white jacket on, and then he comes out at the end, puts the suit on, and then walks around and shakes everybody's hand.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's incredible.
just like you, Andy, when you come in the door, a lot of people go to restaurants. Sometimes I truly believe for the guy, for the maitre d', for the guy, for the person there. That's what it's all about, brother. Thank you for what you do for Schaumburg, and thank you for what you do for the entertainers, keeping them working too. I mean, it's hand in hand. And again, your father, you just can't beat him. And I'm just proud to be part of the Chicago Prime Italian Steakhouse family. And Andy, thank you for your help. Hope you have an incredible 2024. And maybe we can do a show or something by you in the summer outside.
Anytime you want, you give me the date. The doors are wide open, red carpet. And a shout out to my buddy James Harvey, because during COVID, I've got some of the best pictures. Right. I got the best pictures with you from James Harvey. So thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Andy John, Chicago Prime Italian. Thank you, Andy. And you're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. We are about another 7 minutes. You know what I forgot, since we didn't have the show yesterday? Birthdays, celebrity birthdays. Let's go down the line. Harvo Manaki, he was the original guy who played King Kong. You know how much I love that movie, King Kong. My buddy Richard Faulkner from the Judas Priest Band celebrates a birthday. The great Los Angeles Dodgers from the baseball, 88 years old, Sandy Koufax. Josh Applegate, one of the great video producers. You did both my Oceans Rat Pack video and my promo video. Happy birthday, Josh. Remember the great Bob Barker, 100 years old. Dan Cohn from the New York Yankees celebrating a birthday. John Paul Jones from Led Zeppelin, 78 years old. My good friend Wendy Tomsky, and wherever you are, Wendy, happy birthday. John Thaw, Inspector Morse, one of my favorite TV shows, celebrating a birthday. John Davey, if you're listening, buddy, happy birthday, buddy. Victoria Principal, 74 years old. Bo Diddley, 95 would have been. Stephen Stills from Crosby, Stills and Nash, 79 years old. And Christy Blumenberg, Chris Captain, happy birthday there, honey. That's just some of the birthdays that we had. Michael Sanson from Arizona, happy birthday, of course, to Dawn Marie up in heaven. And today is also National Spaghetti Day for all you guys. Go out and get your spaghetti. A couple other birthdays we're going to leave out. We haven't forgot, folks. It's my good buddy Oh, hey, Tracy Butler celebrating 30 years with ABC. Mel Gibson turned 68. Now, these are for the last 2 days. I forgot to mention them. Doug Sylvester from Lulu and Sylvester Band. Doug, Chicago guy. Happy birthday. One of the great Italian actors, Robert Loggia. Bobby Hall, of course, from the Chicago Blackhawks, celebrated before he passed away. Joe Ryan, of course, his real name was Jack Lord. You might remember him from Hawaii Five-0. Have Ava Gardner, John Denver. God damn. How about little Vern Taylor? Remember Mini Me from whatever. Yeah, his birthday. God bless you. Van Dyke Parks, great songwriter. God, look at all these people. Jim Ross from WWF, 72 years old. Val Kilmer, 66. Greatest quarterback, one of my favorites from the New York Giants. Eli Manning, the only guy to beat Brady twice in a Super Bowl, 3 years old. Chicago drummer, Southside Mark Kemp. Nick Pondarelli in the house. Happy birthday, Nick. Joe Dini from Dini's Hair Salon here in Schaumburg. What do we got here? Last one. Oh, Joni, happy anniversary, 20 years. Robert the General Provenzano. John Norman, my bass player in Mojo's Jukebox, turned 60 years old. See you on the cruise on Sunday. And the Victoria McCaskey, 101 years old. You want the Bears to win? You got to get rid of Victoria. That's just my opinion. And we just lost the great David Soul, singer, but you might remember him in the TV show Starsky and Hutch. Dies of the age of 75 years old. Tonight, folks, will be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse. This is the last show for the week. And because Saturday we're going on the Chicago Music Cruise, but we are going to be back. We're going on the cruise on Monday, live a Caribbean Cruise Line, the biggest ship on the water right now, 4 football fields long. Ocean's Pit starts there at 12 o'clock, so hope you can watch us. Guys, yeah, we got to get Gigi on there. Absolutely, Richard. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching Ocean's Pit. Remember a couple things. Buy local, shop local. Keep supporting local establishments, mom and pop organizations. Keep supporting live entertainment and the great words of Ringo Starr. Peace and love. Very much. We need it more than ever. And let's not forget our good sponsor, some Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, folks. We have Norwich, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, Warrenville, and now Mesa, Arizona. Download the Ace Rewards app. Easy way to keep track of your points, coupons, and special offers. That's Ace is the place, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. You guys have an incredible weekend. God bless you. And next time we'll see you is on the Royal Caribbean Cruise Line on Monday. Andy John, Chicago Prime Italian. See you tonight, Chicago Prime Steakhouse, 8 o'clock with Double T, Tony Toto. You guys have an incredible weekend, and let's not just enjoy life, man. That's all we got. Enjoy life. Nick Sahajas, the piano man, another Greek. Take us out, Nicholas. Bye-bye.
Time to go, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Got to get that.